Jai Hind friends. Last time we have introduced Taylor series in two variables. In this lecture we are going to take its example and we shall learn what is exactly the procedure to expand the function in Taylor series. We have seen that if we are to find the expansion of a function in powers of x and y, then the expansion used is Maclaurin series. If we are to expand a function in powers of x minus a and y minus b, then the series used is Taylor series. The Taylor series in two variables is fxy is equal to fab plus 1 upon 1 factorial x minus a del f over del x plus y minus b del f over del y plus 1 upon 2 factorial x minus a whole square del 2f upon del x square plus twice of x minus a y minus b del 2f over del x del y plus y minus b whole square del 2f over del y square plus 1 upon 3 factorial x minus a whole cube del 3f over del x cube plus 3 x minus a whole square y minus b del 3f over del x square del y plus 3 x minus a y minus b whole square del 3f over del x del y square plus y minus b whole cube del 3f over del y cube plus and so on. This Taylor series is used to expand a function f x y in powers of x minus a and y minus b. These all partial derivatives occurring here, del f over del x, del f over del y up to this del 3f over del y cube. All partial derivatives are calculated at this point a comma b. Because of simplicity of notation, I have not mentioned here a comma b, but the values of each of these partial derivative occurring in the formula is to be calculated at this point a comma b, about which expansion is required. We should understand one more thing. The power of term and the order of derivative in each term are same. Here it is term having x minus a, the power of x minus a is 1. So, the derivative of s f is occurring with respect to x and derivative is also of first order. When the term is of y minus b, then derivative of first order is occurring with respect to y. When it is x minus a whole square, then the order of derivative is 2 because the degree of term is 2 and it is del 2f over del x square. When there is mixed term having x minus a and y minus b, then in that case it is also mixed derivative of x and y, since degree of this term is 2 and therefore the order of partial derivative is also 2. This pattern continues in each term. The degree of term and order of the partial derivative will be same and it will help us to remember this formula. Now, we move to an example. Through this example, we shall understand that how can we expand a given function in powers of x minus a and y minus b, where a and b are some real numbers. Example says expand this function x square plus 3y square minus 9x minus 9y plus 26 as a Taylor series about the point 1 comma 2 as far as terms of second degree. Whenever we are to expand a function in Taylor series, we shall always be requiring two informations. Number one, the point about which the expansion is required, and number 2 the degree of the Taylor polynomial, which is we are trying to find. First of all, the point about which we are to expand will give the values of a and b. Comparing this point 1 comma 2 with a comma b, I shall calculate the values of a and b. Number of terms required in Taylor's expansion will tell us that how many partial derivatives I exactly need to calculate, because here we are to calculate terms up to second degree. It means all partial derivatives including derivatives of second order are to be calculated for this function. Thus, this function will be taken as f. Its partial derivatives up to second order will be calculated, and then we shall apply Taylor's theorem to find required expansion. Let me start now. This function which is to be expanded, this function is taken as f. So, f is written as x square plus 3y square minus 9x minus 9y plus 26. Now, I calculate all derivatives up to second order, because the expansion is required up to second degree terms. For this, I first write del f over del x. When we shall calculate del f upon del x, then these terms of y will remain constant, and therefore the differentiation derivative of these terms with respect to x will be 0. This 26 is already a constant. So, del f upon del x comes out to be 2x minus 9. Now, we calculate next first order derivative, which is del f upon del y. When I shall calculate del f upon del y, x will be treated as constant, and therefore all these terms x square minus 9x plus 26 will be constant. So, their derivatives will be 0. This 3y square, when differentiated partially with respect to y, will give 6y. This minus 9y will give minus 9, and it is the value of del f upon del y. Now, we move towards higher derivatives. The first higher derivative, first derivative of second order is del 2f over del x square. This del 2f over del x square is nothing but del over del x of del f over del x. This del f over del x was calculated in previous slide. Its value was 2x minus 9. So, this value will be substituted in place of del f upon del x, and it gives del over del x of 2x minus 9. Differentiating it, I obtain del 2f over del x square is equals to 2. The next derivative which we are going to calculate is del 2f over del x del y. Del 2f over del x del y is del upon del x of del f upon del y. This del f upon del y was calculated in previous slides. Its value was 6y minus 9. When we differentiate this 6y minus 9 with respect to x, because there is no term having x, so derivative of this term with respect to x will be 0, and therefore I have written del 2f over del x del y equals to 0. Now, next derivative is del 2f over del y square. This del 2f over del y square is del over del y of del f over del y. This del f over del y was calculated already, and its value was 6y minus 9. The value of 6y minus 9 when differentiated with respect to y will give simply, it should be 6. It should be 6. It will be 6 because the derivative of this term with respect to y will be 6. Now, we construct the following table. These are our partial derivatives up to second order: del f over del x, del f upon del y, del 2f over del x square, del 2f over del x del y, del 2f over del y square. This is the column for expressions for these partial derivative including the function f. This was our original function f. This 2x minus 9 is the value of del f over del x. This 6y minus 9 is value of del f over del y. Del 2f over del x square is 2. Del 2f over del x del y is 0. Del 2f over del y square is 6. Now, we know that in Taylor series formula, these values are not substituted as it is. We first find the values of these functions at that point a comma b, and then the values so obtained are substituted. For this, we need to first decide what is the value of a comma b. For this, let me go to previous slides. In the given problem, we are supposed to expand the function about the point 1 comma 2. Therefore, the point 1 comma 2 will work as a b. So, the value of a comma b will be 1 comma 2, and it will give a equal to 1 and b equal to 2. These values of a and b will be substituted for x and y in our table. These are our expressions. Because value of a was 1, value of b was 2, therefore, each of these expression is being calculated for x equal to 1 and y equal to 2. When I shall substitute x equal to 1 and y equal to 2, this term will give 1 plus 12 minus 9 minus 18 plus 26, and simplifying this, I will obtain this value 12. Similarly, substituting x equal to 1, y equal to 2 in this expression, we get minus 7. Substituting y equal to 2 in this expression, I get 3. These are already constant, so then substituting x and y will make no difference and the values will remain as it is. Now, all partial derivatives up to second order are calculated at this point 1 comma 2. We are now going to write expansion of the function. By Taylor's theorem, we have seen that expansion of function f x y was this: f a b plus 1 by 1 factorial x minus a del f over del x plus y minus b del f over del y plus 1 upon 2 factorial x minus a whole square del 2f over del x square plus twice x minus a y minus b del 2f over del x del y plus y minus b whole square del 2f over del y square plus and so on. Here we have not considered the terms of third degree because we are looking for the expansion up to second degree terms, and therefore the terms of third degree are included in these dots. Now, this is our expansion of Taylor series. Here the values of a and b were calculated from given point. Because we were to expand the function about the point 1 comma 2. Therefore, we are to expand in powers of x minus 1 and y minus 2, because expansion about a comma b is same as expansion in powers of x minus a and y minus b, and it gives x minus a is equal to x minus 1 and y minus b is equal to y minus 2, and therefore the value of a is 1, value of b is 2, which we have already seen. Substituting a equals to 1 and b equals to 2, this expansion takes the following form: fxy is equals to f12 plus 1 upon 1 factorial x minus 1 del f over del x plus y minus 2 del f over del y plus x minus 1 whole square del 2f over del x square plus twice x minus 1 y minus 2 del 2f over del x del y plus y minus 2 whole square del 2f over del y square plus and so on. These partial derivatives del f over del x, del f over del y were already calculated by us in the form of table. These partial derivatives will be substituted from there. Substituting these values, I obtain x minus 1 times minus 7, y minus 2 times 3, 1 upon 2 factorial x minus 1 whole square times 2. This was 0, so 0 will be multiplied in second term, and similarly 6 from here. This can be further simplified. Simplifying, this minus 7x minus 1 can be written in this manner, this plus will not be there, plus 3 times y minus 2 plus x minus 1 whole square plus 3 times y minus 2 whole square, which is our required Taylor series expansion of the given function up to second degree terms. Let me sum up once again. This function was given. We were to expand about this point up to terms of second degree. The informations required for expansion of a function are: number 1, the function which is to be expanded and it will be taken as f. Second information is the values of a and b, and third information is degree, so that number of partial derivatives required can be known. The function f was this, degree was 2, so I calculated all partial derivatives up to second order. Then the values of a and b were calculated. Those values of a and b were substituted in these values to obtain the values of partial derivative without x and y, and then the same values of a and b were substituted in this Taylor's formula. Substituting partial derivatives and simplification, I reached up to the expansion of the function, which was our main purpose. Now we take another example. Through that example, we shall understand that how can we find the approximate value of a function using Taylor's series. Example says, expand x raised to the power y in powers of x minus 1 and y minus 1 up to second degree terms, and hence evaluate value of this term 1.1 raised to the power 1.02. To expand this function, we know that the expansion of this function is required, so this function will become Rf. The powers of x minus 1 and y minus 1 are needed, so this will give the values of a and b. Because we are looking expansion up to second degree terms, it means all partial derivatives up to second order are to be calculated. Now we start. This function f will be x raised to the power y because it is to be expanded, and the function which is to be expanded is written as f. Now I need to calculate partial derivatives of this function. When we shall differentiate this function with respect to x, here we see that it is x and it is y, so both are variables. In this situation, when we differentiate usually in 10 plus 2, then taking logarithm of the function is necessary. But here, because we are doing partial differentiation, and therefore during partial differentiation with respect to x, this y will be treated as constant, and it means the formula for d by dx of x raised to the power n can be used, because n is constant here and y is constant with respect to x. So its derivative will be del f over del x is equals to y x raised to the power minus 1, because the value of n here will be y. Now we will calculate del f over del y. When we shall calculate del f over del y for this function y, then by same argument this x will be treated as constant, because x will be constant, and therefore d by dx of a raised to the power x is equal to a raised to the power x log a. This formula can be used directly, no logarithm is required, and applying the formula I obtain del f over del y is equals to x raised to the power y log x. Now we move towards higher derivatives. First higher derivative is del 2f over del x square, which can be written as del over del x of del f over del x. This del f over del x was calculated as y x raised to the power y minus 1. Now this term is to be differentiated partially with respect to x, because we are differentiating with respect to x, so this y will be treated as constant and can be written outside, and remaining term can be differentiated again using this formula. This y comes outside. X raised to the power y minus 1 can be again differentiated using d by dx of x raised to the power n, and it becomes y minus 1 x raised to the power y minus 2, which is the value of del 2f over del x square. We now calculate next derivative, which is del 2f over del x del y. This del 2f over del x del y is nothing but del over del x of del f upon del y. This del f upon del y was nothing but x raised to the power y log x, which we have calculated earlier. Now to differentiate it with respect to x, we observe that x is present here also and x is present in next term also, and in this case we are required to apply product rule of differentiation. By product rule, derivative of first term, it will give y x raised to the power y minus 1 as we have done earlier, second term as it is, plus first term as it is, derivative of second term. Derivative of this log x will be 1 by x. Simplifying it further, it becomes y x raised to the power y minus 1 log x plus x raised to the power y minus 1. This is our value of del 2f over del x del y. Now next derivative is del 2f over del y square. Del 2f over del y square is nothing but del over del y of del f over del y. This del f over del y was calculated as x raised to the power y log x. When we shall differentiate it with respect to y, then this log x will be treated as constant, so it can be written outside, and this del upon del y of x raised to the power y will be differentiated using derivative of a raised to the power x. Taking this log x outside, derivative of x to the power y will be x to the power y log x, and this term becomes del 2f over del y square. I have calculated all partial derivatives up to second order because we are interested in finding the expansion up to second degree terms. Now we construct the table as previous problem. These are our values which are required in Taylor's series formula. These are the expressions for these functions. F is x raised to the power y, del f over del x is y x raised to the power y minus 1, del f over del y is x raised to the power y log x, and similarly other terms. Now we are to expand the function in powers of x minus 1 and y minus 1. We are to expand the function in powers of x minus 1 and y minus 1. Comparing this x minus 1 by x minus a and y minus 1 with y minus b, I get a equal to 1, b equal to 1. So a equal to 1 and b equal to 1, these two values will be substituted here in place of x and y. Substituting a equal to 1 and b equal to 1, what will happen? When I shall substitute x equal to 1, y equal to 1, it will be 1. When I substitute x equal to 1, y equal to 1, it will again become 1. This log x will be converted to log 1, which is 0. So this term will be 0. Substituting y equal to 1 here, it will directly become 0. Here this term will be 0 due to log 1, and next term will give 1, and this term will give 0. Thus the values like this are obtained. These are the values of our required partial derivatives calculated. Now we write formula for Taylor series. The Taylor series expansion of a function up to second degree terms is fxy is equal to fab plus 1 by 1 factorial x minus a del f over del x plus y minus b del f over del y plus 1 upon 2 factorial x minus a whole square del 2f over del x square plus twice x minus a y minus b del 2f over del x del y plus y minus b whole square del 2f over del y square plus and so on. Here we have seen that the values of a and b were 1 1. We have compared this x minus a and this y minus b with x minus 1 and y minus 1, so that the values of a and b are calculated as 1 and 1. Substituting these values here in this formula, I obtained fxy is equal to f11 plus x minus 1 del f over del x plus y minus 1 del f over del y plus x minus 1 whole square del 2f over del y square plus these terms. These partial derivatives del f over del x, del f over del y, del 2f over del x square, etc. are already calculated by us in previous calculations. Those values are replaced here directly. Substituting those values, it becomes x minus 1 times 1, y minus 1 times 0, x minus 1 whole square times 0 times 1, and this will be 0. Simplification gives these terms will disappear because 0 is in product, and the expansion of fxy up to second degree terms is like this. What is done? Let me sum up once again. First of all, the function was given, the function was taken as f. This function was expanded up to second degree terms, so all partial derivatives up to second order were calculated. Now we obtained the values of a and b, and substituting a for x, b for y, I calculated values of each of the partial derivatives. Then Taylor's series formula was used, and substituting the values of a and b along with values of partial derivative, I obtained the required expansion of the function. Now we move towards next part of the problem, in which we were to calculate the value of 1.1 raised to the power 1.02. To calculate the value of 1.1 raised to the power 1.02, what we will do? We will substitute x as 1.1 and y as 1.02 in this expression, because f xy is x raised to the power y. So x will be 1.1, y will be 1.2. Substituting those values in this expression of f, I will get the value of this term. Substituting x equals to 1.1, y equal to 1.02 in this expression, I obtain this is 1, x is 1.1, so 1.1 minus 1 will give 0.1, y minus 1 will be 1.02 minus 1, that is 0.02, and simplification gives this right hand side, and this f 1.1 1.02 is nothing but 1.1 raised to the power 1.02, and it is our required value. Thus what is done? First of all, expansion was calculated, and substituting the desired values of x and y, I obtained the value of the function which was required at particular point. Thus in this lecture, what we have understand, we have seen that how to find Taylor's expansion of a function in a powers of x minus a and y minus b. For this we have taken an example, and through example we understood the process of expansion of function. In next example, we also learnt that how to approximate a function using Taylor's series. For this, the function of expansion in suitable powers is calculated, and substituting the values of x and y in the function, I can find the value of the function at given point. We are now going to stop. The next topic will be continued next time. Thank you.